There you go. It's hard. I cannot have any of my toggles up because you guys are gonna shame me for my stale coffee, my stale lollipop. So I'm going to shame you guys. I'm going to watch a video about how you gooning ruined everything. You ruined everything because you goon too hard. Because you wake up and you goon. And then you go and wash your hands and you goon. And then you go and take a piss and then you goon. And then you go and eat breakfast and then you goon. You goon as much as us. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Every single day, it's estimated that 11% of people in the US watch adult content.
That's you. You're that 11%. He is talking about all of you. You guys are the biggest gooners. I'm sorry. He wanted to write out all of your names into this video, but I asked him, I was like, Moon, you cannot shame my boys like this. And he was like, I don't know about that. But then at the end, we talked about it and he didn't put your name. But otherwise, it would be here. Yeah.
And the biggest tube sites receive hundreds of millions of visitors a day. Meanwhile, a major study from the UK found that 20%...
A UK? British gooners? Coincidence? I don't think so.
...of teenagers admitted habitual use and 10% thought they might be addicted. And those are just the people admitting it. You see, in just a couple of decades, adult content has transformed from a niche product into a massive...
Wait, what? I'm sorry. Climasex? Climasex? Hello? What? Is this about global warming?
...to a massive billion-dollar market that is saturating all of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everything online is funneling into it. And essential to this new order are the tube sites, whose shadowy owners rake in hundreds of millions, often while remaining completely anonymous. We've spoken about it before with just one.
Look at him, he's so kind. That girl had done a good job, and he's just like, Pat, you have done a great, excellent job. Let me just give you a pat on the head.
But the scale of this epidemic...
What a wholesome interaction between two completely different generations.
is way too large to even comprehend. But we can understand what's happening on a personal level, and how these companies push people into this terrible addiction, and how all of our basic human instincts are being rewired to make a profit. Because to truly understand the scope of the damage the porn industry is doing, we need to understand the daily lives of people who are so sucked up into this industry that it's...
Ha! Ha ha! Sucked up! Ha ha! I got that.
Completely destroying their lives without anyone ever talking about it. You see, because people's descent into this content addiction starts well before they ever clicked on their first adult video. Today, parents do have a lot more tools to use when bringing up their children. But a lot of the time, these tools bring a lot of unexpected damage. You see, if your kid's acting up or making a scene, or really doing anything that...
Then you should send them to the mines. You know what the mines don't have? Gooning content. Easy. Just straight to the mines. The boys yearn for the holes anyways. They want to diggy hole. Easy solution.
The parents don't like.
True.
All you gotta do is put this kid in front of a tablet.
They are gonna go to the mines and they just like make a hole and it's like, ooh, wood.
And let them stare at the screen for a few hours while you can relax. Welcome to the generation of iPad kids, where a staggering 40% of 2-year-olds have their own tablet, and in this video it will soon be clear.
Bro, that's fucking crazy that 2-year-olds have tablets though. Like, when does a kid start to like talk? Is it like, I don't know, does anyone have any encounter with little shits? Like, when do they start babbling and talking? When is a child actually coherent? 1.5? Okay, so they start to talk properly in 1.5, but by 2 years they are already like fluent with the iPad. Okay, that's what could go wrong.
Just how dangerous this really is. But let's rewind a bit, because most people watching this video probably didn't have an iPad at 2 years old, but instead got started a completely different way. The way that's completely addicted all of Generation Z and Millennials. Just like the subject of our story. Whilst this guy might not have been on an iPad at 2 years old,
he's just an Eastern European. I can see that he has pain and suffering on his face, but he's smiling. You can tell he's happy.
Hear
He's
me out, anyone
happy.
15 and under banned from the internet and a baby internet for 15 to 18.
True. Or the mines.
The fateful day came on his 10th birthday, when his relatively
Aw.
cautious parents finally relented and gave him his very first tablet. As he
That's some Microsoft bullshit over there. Okay, so these parents don't love the child. If you get a Windows-based tablet to your kid, might as well send him to the mines. Okay, that's awful, man. How could you?
He peeled the cellophane off the screen and sped through various setup menus, he only got more excited. And we all remember that feeling when you get your first tablet or phone. Finally he could do what all kids want to do and go straight to
I don't know, man. I wasn't that happy because then when I got my first phone, my mother started calling me more often. And I was like, no, not enough that she's going to talk my ass up for 3 hours at home, but now she will do it on the phone? Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
to YouTube. Now despite only being 10, he was already well versed in the platform. Minecraft and Minecraft YouTubers were all that his friends
Oh my god. So you know how I went to a bookstore? I saw a book about Minecraft. It was in the children's section, and it was a Minecraft book. I was about to jump. I was on the highest floor in the mall, and I was ready to jump. I was just like, boom. Did you buy it? No, I did not.
Talked about at school. He spent every minute he could watching videos on the ancient family desktop when his parents weren't watching. But now with a device to himself, he was let loose, able to watch whatever he wanted night and day. Like most kids, he could quickly...
Okay, but can I just ask why this little kid is in fucking Silent Hill? Not enough that he changed race and gender compared to the previous video, but now he's in fucking Silent Hill. Like, what did the little child do? Bro, what happened?
Like most kids, he could quickly bypass the flimsy parental controls and made an account of his own. And soon enough, he was doom scrolling away with the best of them. As the days and weeks went past, the novelty quickly wore off. But as this kid got deeper into YouTube, this started to spiral out of hand. At first, he stuck to YouTube as his friends talked about at break time and at lunch. Things in the real world like Lego and Nerf guns still kept his interest, but once the algorithm got a feel for what he liked, and adverts started understanding his psychology, it would recommend different things one after another. Different YouTubers, different ads, and soon enough he would spend almost every single day watching hours of content. The Nerf guns and the Lego bricks start gathering dust. His parents wonder why he doesn't come downstairs anymore. It's a process that happened to hundreds of millions of kids all throughout the West in the last decade. And let's zoom out of his life quickly and look at what's really started.
Wow, that's on the parents though, isn't it? Just don't have... I don't know about you, but my parents didn't let me have infinite access to these things. Like, actually, it depended on my grades. Once my grades started to dip, they were like, okay, you are not getting anything. You cannot watch TV, you cannot use your computer, no internet, no nothing. I could stare out of my ass, and no matter how much I tantrum, they didn't let me do anything. So, you know, it's not like you cannot help it. You can always just do something about it. Just send the little shit into his room or something, stare at the wall.
Started happening. For this kid, it felt like the world moved far too slowly. Adults walk too slowly, they talk too slowly, and each lesson in school seemed to last 1,000 years.
Are those Lego heads in the background? Is that what you guys have in schools now? Just like, wow. Lego people?
Meanwhile at home, he would get bored incredibly quickly. If he wasn't engrossed in the virtual world, then he'd annoy everyone around him until he found a solution. This is where Google's YouTube algorithms come in. They used to offer the only service that can keep up with the attention span of a kid. The related video tab is the key to the whole process.
Adults are treating the internet as a babysitter and not doing their job as the parent to parent.
Dude, that sounds crazy. It feels so scary that you can have like a little kid and it will just become violent if it doesn't get like this drug. Like, what are you going to do? You can't really just you can't hit back. You have like a little terrorist in your home. What are you going to do? I have seen so many videos where children are actually like being abusive. Like they are like little kids like under 10 and they pick up like chairs and they throw it at their parents, and I'm just like, bro, you would try to do that with me? I guarantee you wouldn't try that again tomorrow.
from one piece of the content to the next, which would eventually lead to the disastrous consequences happening to Generation Alpha, but we'll get to that later. But it's critical to understand that it's this process of searching and finding.
Oh no, it's Mr. Beast and Dream. Is it over? Look at him, how sad he is. He's truly feeling that video.
Searching and finding that makes social media a perfect product to get kids hooked in early, as they always get to see bright colors, more dopamine, more excitement, more happiness, and a never-ending thing to click on, which can keep a kid entertained for hours as they ride a never-ending wave of dopamine. Now this is bad enough by itself, and we've already spoken about this a bunch on the channel. Teachers across the world have already been complaining for years now that kids are getting harder to teach.
Bro, how much I wouldn't be a teacher. I swear to God, they are not getting paid enough. Absolutely not. Like, teachers are already annoying. And now they are not only annoying, but they are dumb and aggressive. I would be like, you know what? I don't care. Do what you want. I quit. I don't know. I think I would literally rather do anything else. I would rather work in Starbucks or something.
And we all know this by now, it's kind of old news. But this isn't what we're really focusing on right now. Instead, we want to keep looking at how this is damaging a child's development in a completely different way, and how this very likely happened to you watching this right now. Because fast forward a couple of years, and this kid just had his 12th birthday. He's about to hit puberty, although there's still obviously a long way to go. By this point, he's so used to scrolling online, he probably plays games online, he sees ads with hot women trying to lure him in to scam.
Finally, are we gooning yet? I have clicked on this video because I was ready to goon. And I have heard nothing about gooning. I had the Fortnite segment. Where's my gooning part?
Websites, and then one day he'll go back to watching YouTube when another video catches his eye. Rather than a usual let's play, this
1 kill equals remove 2 clothes in Fortnite. 2?
thumbnail has an extremely suggestive image in the thumbnail. Despite his watch history clearly indicating that he's a child, YouTube had recommended this to him anyway. While he didn't click on it the first time he saw it, just like the adverts popping up all over with hot women, these kinds of videos just kept.
Strip Fortnite. If you laugh, you remove clothes. But, okay, here is my dilemma. I get it, but why is it that it's the responsibility of the entire adult world to not create a video that can offend your little shit? Why is it that you can't just create whatever? Like, if there is someone who is playing Fortnite and they are an adult and they want to have strip Fortnite, why can't they play it? Why is it that, oh, think about the children? I don't want to think about your fucking children. How about you think about your children and you parent them so that they are not watching my videos? Right? Like, I hate it. Isn't there also like a YouTube for kids or something? Like, don't bounce this responsibility onto me. It takes a village, then close your fucking legs. If it takes a village to raise a little shit, then just don't breed. Then have a dog or a cat or a hamster or a snake that eats the hamster. I don't care. Then there's no point having a kid.
On coming up, and the adverts just kept piling in. These ads on the side of the screen are often far more explicit.
Nice. That's what I want to see. I want to see thick, fatherless behavior.
He already knew to ignore these, but the constant barrage of this imagery every single time he was on the platform starts to make it all seem normal. Eventually his curiosity gets the better of him, but it isn't what he expected. In fact, it was relatively tame and almost disappointing. He'd type in things like tits on the YouTube search.
The classic. It's like, little kid is going wild. Tits. Maybe boobs. Wow.
And it'd always be some scammy weird video. And yet people at school were starting to now talk about things that were far more graphic. But now that he'd shown even just a slight interest in this stuff, YouTube and these adverts knew to keep recommending him this content, as the algorithm doesn't see this as a problem, just a new way to optimize user interaction. Already though, he was starting to feel the negative effects, even How did the AI could generate the child perfectly and the word you, but the tube kind of like became a Russian word. And if he wasn't aware of it.
You привет.
The videos made him feel ashamed, even though he couldn't put his finger on what he had actually done wrong. And yet with this response, he also felt a dopamine rush. And so behind the scenes, that same dopaminergic loop that got him addicted to regular YouTube Kids content was working its magic once again. Meanwhile, YouTube's negligent content rules lets tons of inappropriate kids content proliferate the platform. And it's not just on YouTube these days, it's on every social media site. And what's worse, the accompanying adverts which seem to have no rules whatsoever on what they can show people. And as they're the ones actually paying social media platforms, it makes sense from a cold corporate perspective not to mess with them. YouTube gets away with this by using their dedicated kids app as a shield. Now recently this has got much stricter restrictions and is a whole lot safer for children as of recently. But the thing is that most kids aren't going to be using that app. Instead, once they find a way around the parental controls, if they've ever been set up, they'll be straight onto the adult platform.
But now, whose fault is that? Why? I'm gonna be honest with you. There was this one time I watched how to say this nicely. How to safely wear a ring that is going onto your salami, right? So it was an instruction how to put a ring onto your beloved salami. Why is that my fault if your child looks it up? Why do I care? Why is it my fault? It's not my fault. It's your stupid little kid's fault. It's your stupid little fault because you are watching your telenovela instead of adulting to your... It's irrelevant why I needed to see the salami and the ring video. That's besides the point. The point is that video where the fella is putting the ring onto the salami should be on YouTube. And I don't want to hear the parents say that, oh my God, but think about the children. I don't want to think about the children. Take your children to the playground where they don't have access to internet, or just, I don't know. I don't know. What let him lick the wall. I don't know. What eat sand. The children love the sand. Let it eat sand. Happiness.
Meanwhile, even the safe content plays a similar role to the candy cigarettes of previous generations. While not really harmful in a vacuum, they create the foundation and the pathways for the later, much more harmful and real addiction. The process of searching...
Have we considered that maybe we should just invent something like the hamster wheel, but for children? And you just lock like the little kid in it, in the hamster wheel? And they will have to run, like you will make sure that it always runs, and they will have to run until they are exhausted. And once they are exhausted, they will go to sleep, so they don't need to use the internet. Yeah, and they give energy for the house. And then it's like every time it's like, Mom, can I use the tablet into the hamster wheel? And then they're just running, right? Like, what are they gonna do? Cry? Eventually they will get tired. No more crying. I think it's a good idea.
It's funny how the idea of parental responsibility has gone out the window and assumed to be impossible. But if you look at any hyper-conservative religious group, they are absolutely able to stop their children looking at adult content.
Yeah, I bet that the Amish doesn't have the same problems. Interesting. What could be doing differently? My goodness, is the belt? He merely meant that they use belts so that they keep the children's trousers up. That is only what he was thinking about.
Finding and browsing through the recommended videos will always remain the same. And as time goes on, this guy kept on watching the videos, although they didn't ever seem to scratch the same itch as they once did. What started out as something new now got boring pretty quickly once again. And so he would have to search for a more extreme dopaminergic response. He needed something more extreme to see.
I just had this cursed thought that you guys should show like the two girls one cup video. I guarantee you they wouldn't want to see anything else on the internet anymore. That's the biggest scoring force. Or like before they go to sleep, you make them watch something like Happy Tree Friends. Yeah, just shit like that. I guarantee you the kid will not ask for the tablet again. No, I don't think so.
Satiate his dopamine receptors. And that process, while always going on at the micro level, soon appeared as part of an overall trend as well. He'd find
salad fingers. Oh yeah, with the rusty spoon.
Is that a dice you want to roll? What if the kid is into it?
Then I'm gonna refund it. I'm gonna send it to Alaska and ask for another one. Like, I ain't tracing that. Fuck that.
They knew that caught his attention for a time until it happened to start getting old. Then he'd try and find something else that was more exciting and it would happen all over again. And so soon enough, his interest started to expand beyond the scope of what YouTube could even offer. But in his real actual life, none of these needs were being met. His actual deep need for love and sex was instead being satiated by solely pixels on a screen, meaning the actual need for love, community and family is nowhere near ever met for this guy. And soon enough, he was looking at one of the sites again, this time for long enough to start watching one of the videos on the front.
I will forever remember that one video where the kid was sitting in front of the World of Warcraft screen and there was a night elf chick just like doing the dance animation, stripped down to her underwear. Yeah. Memories. Memories. We all know that video. We all know that the kid wasn't doing mathematics in his head. He was admiring the pixels, man. WoW classic.
Page. At first, most of the stuff seemed gross and just weird. The things that YouTube videos had.
Ugh, look at that. He's looking at a Russian marriage. Ugh, disgusting. How could you have a Russian marriage? Ugh. Anything but that. I am not registering up for this gooner shit. Ew.
YouTube videos had cloaked and innuendos were fully on display. But over time, this novelty wore off, and he kept coming back, never noticing the habit forming until it was far too late. And soon enough, he was looking at these sites every day. Suddenly, he'd talk about it every day with his friends at school. The content began to seep into his subconscious and his thoughts, shaping the entire way he saw the world around him. As he got deeper into the habit, sacred things like love.
Not in front of the plants, bro. Never in front of the plants. Ah, he's going to bullshit them. Oh no.
Romance and family had all completely disintegrated into a vision of these things that doesn't exist. None of the girls he liked at school looked anything like the women on screen. He didn't look like the man in the videos either, and he didn't think he ever would. But at the same time, the rest of his life seemed fine. In fact, despite school pressure and everything else, he started getting close with a girl. But even though things might have been going well, the fact that he kept using these sites would completely disturb his thoughts. Real life was completely different. It's risky, it's dangerous and unpredictable. The things you want are hard. It demanded things from him rather than just offering them. So one day when he began talking about intimacy with her, some of the things he wanted and said started to
He wanted the butt stuff. I guarantee you that's what they're arguing about. He was like, you know what? I want it up the bum. And the girl was like, you ain't getting it up the bum. And he's like, but I saw this video and it was really cool. And she's like, no. But like, I was watching this video, it was like half Fortnite and there was a guy putting it up her bum and it was like so pog. Oh my god, you're so lame. We can't have anything fun. You just wanted to get pegged? Yeah.
disturb her. The things that he asked that he now thought were normal frightened her. With his
But I love butt stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. But that hole is only one direction.
resentment growing towards people like her just because she didn't fit into the site's narratives about women.
Can you just imagine, like, just recording these stock videos? It's like, okay, dude, you have to look devastated and depressed, and the woman just have to, you just be yourself. Okay, honey, you're doing amazing. Just be yourself on a lovely Sunday when we don't have anything to do and you decide that you want to renovate something in the house. That's it. And it's just like 3, 2, 1, record.
Site's narratives about women.
Easy.
And at the end of the day, it never really mattered, as he could go right back to what he felt was safe and secure, where he knew he wouldn't be judged on these sites. Really, he should never have been able to get access to these sites in the first place. And for years, this has been a point of contention.
Hello.
Because at first, there weren't any measures at all to stop kids from looking at them. But eventually, after seeing the disastrous effects these sites can have on children, they eventually put warnings on them when you first load the site. But that's really it. And after a point...
Wow. A warning. My favorite is the... Are you 18 plus to access the site? Yes. Of course. Yeah. Are you 18? Yeah. Of course. You know what? What they should do is that you're 18 plus, put like a fucking equation over there. It's like a simple math equation that an 18-year-old can do, but like a 14-year-old or 16-year-old cannot do. And then it's just like, please solve this. And it's just like, Although now it sucks because AI could solve it. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It just becomes part of the process and the habit. It's doubtful people even read that box after the third or fourth time clicking it anyway. But maybe if
You're overestimating 18-year-olds, bro. The entire country of the United States would drop out of Pornhub. They would be like, oh, fuck. I don't understand. I was trying, but I swear it doesn't come out. All the Twitter would be like, hi, hey guys, how would you solve this equation?
our subjects had downloaded Quitter, the gooning wouldn't have got so out of control. You see, Quitter is the #1 science-backed app, helping over 350,000 men quit porn and rewire their minds for greatness.
They made an app to quit watching corn. What? Like, what's the panic button? What does it do? Does it show like a half titty so that you don't run back to like the original videos? And it's just like slowly, it slowly weans you off like how they do with drugs. It's just like a half titty, and then it's just like an under boob, and then it's just like a fully covered cleavage.
As we've seen throughout this video, porn addiction is destroying lives. It kills your motivation, it wrecks your relationships, and it keeps you from reaching your full potential. And the truth is, the longer you take to stop gooning, the harder it becomes to quit.
Okay, but you say, I bet that this guy goons a lot too. Okay, there is no way that he is a good Christian boy, only doing his wife once every month, a missionary. Okay, like I would love to see Mr. Moon's search history. Okay, I would love to see. I bet that he has some research materials, perhaps.
So if you're serious about becoming the strongest version of yourself, try Quitter today, as this app isn't just a blocker, it's a community
brain rewiring. I bet that this is full of ads, and I bet that you have to pay for it.
Of people who are moving away from the poisonous economy of adult content and porn, who are done living below
their... I have looked at that app.
Yeah.
When you click the panic button, it shows you the Trisha Paytas spit roasting video, which is enough to make sure you never watch porn again. Except for me.
No.
It wasn't my proudest wank, but one of my quickest.
Oh, that's disgusting. Thank you very much. I never, ever wanted to hear about that, but thank you.
Potential and are now taking back control of their lives. Because with Quitter, instead of having to go through this addiction alone,
oh my god, bro, just throw those bitch shoes away. Oh, why? Wow, that's the goon cave. Is this your bedroom? If you would have to take a picture of your bedroom right now, would it be identical to this? Perhaps? Snacks for later. The white monster. Somebody has serious allergies. No, he was watching romantic movies and he teared up a lot. Like a lot.
to go through this addiction alone, you can join thousands of others, pushing each other to stay.
I am a warrior of God. Beat my urge yet again. What is this incel fucking app? I just don't get why I can't force myself to put my head down. I want to stop so bad. I should install this app just so that I can read the comments. Oh my god. I know what is right, and yet I keep letting the corruption defeat me. It's like day 254. I keep praying, but the Jesus statue is looking sexier than ever. Oh Lord, help me.
Stay strong, break through this addiction, and reclaim their lives. Quitter will provide you all the tools you need to overcome your urges. It'll also track your streak, and you can hit a panic.
You know what? I would rather stab myself in the balls than have an application on my phone that will tell me that I cannot goon. And it will pat me in the head. Wait, stop what you're doing and breathe! Do they want me to breathe or do they want me to beat it? Erectile dysfunction, inability to get hard in the bed, dissanitation, needing more extreme content for arousal, relationship issues. Wow, I relapsed. This is such a lame app. Oh my god. This is so embarrassing, bro.
button when things get tough, so you never have to fight this alone. With science-based recovery,
This is so cringe. You know what? I would rather be addicted to this shit than blah. No. Yeah, gooning is healthy in moderation. Like, what should I be? A fucking holy virgin?
science-based recovery, quitter rewires your brain to overcome this addiction, which is so important because quitting porn
We are all definitely desanitized. What do you mean? Just because I enjoy a little bit of spice with my xenomorph corn once or twice, it doesn't mean that I'm desanitized. That's the kind of loving I deserve. Yeah, what do you mean? I don't understand.
is the first step towards individual greatness. So I highly recommend you download Quitter.
Please do not download this. This is lame. Just goon, okay? We have nice gooning channels. Gooning is good. It's lame. I don't know who Alex Slater is, but this is the lamest app you could make up. I bet that Alex is a big gooner too.
Now and take control of your life.
Too late.
Just make sure you use the link in the
now.
description below or the pinned comment below to get started today.
Nah, man.
And in some ways, this is society's biggest unsolvable problem right now. It's actually the same kind of issue that faces national parks in the US. And
Wait, what? Wait. Gooning affects the national park? What? Like what? Like the bears goon to each other, or what?
their bear populations.
No, I was joking. I was joking with the bear. I was joking with the bear. No, I don't. No, that was just a joke. What do you mean? The bears are gooning. Oh, are you? Oh, don't tell me. It's going to be some shit that the bears watched gay porn and now they keep diddling each other. They left, some tourists let some P. Diddy baby oil over and now the bears are onto it. They got the giddy on. Oh no.
Where they can't make trash cans that bears can get into because if they did, lots of people also wouldn't be able to open them. There's a significant overlap between the smartest bears and the dumbest humans.
I can't believe we are getting outplayed by the fucking bears. This is worse. It's not even the gooner bears. They are just simply more intelligent than humans. Oh no. We are fucked, gentlemen. We are absolutely fucked.
And kids getting onto these sites involves the same problem. They can't create a test for someone being an adult without kids being able to solve it as well. Of course, they could just check people's IDs, but that then opens up a whole new can of worms when it comes to privacy. Plus, the governments and the sites have no incentive to actually do this. Once people are on these sites, they use exactly the same techniques that YouTube does to keep people engaged. In fact, they've even come up with some of them before YouTube did. The little preview you can see when you hover over a video on YouTube was actually created by MindGeek. The main
I was so sure that was created by Pornhub. I was 99.9% sure that YouTube stole that from Pornhub. Yeah, my favorite feature. I hate that feature because somehow if you leave it on the preview, it starts counting as you watch the video and it will just like, oh, you already watched it. And I'm like, what the fuck? I have not watched it. And it's just like, oh, I went to take like a wicked shit or something and my cursor was on it and now it counts. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks, I guess.
Empire behind all of the porn sites, and then Google just later copied this, as this works so well by shortening the time between clicks.
MindGeek owns many porn sites, so you are right.
I'm smart.
Even more. It means people can be thinking about and looking forward to the next video even before they started watching the one they just clicked on.
True.
And because of the
True.
enormous size of these sites, and the fact that they're the top most visited sites around the world, they have huge amounts of data on how the average user behaves and their sexual preferences. They know that if they can wrap what people want and pull it even further away from reality, then they spend longer on the site, no matter the consequences this has to society as a whole. They create disturbing fetishes in people that never even existed 100 years ago.
I'm sorry, but what kind of fetish is this? Is this like the Karate Kid fetish? What is happening here? What's What is this? Pussy banding. Yeah. Avatar, the last pussy bander. Yeah, I can see it.
And it all becomes so normalized that these disturbing fetishes are cemented into the public consciousness. As you can name any of these disturbing trends from these sites.
Wait. 7 weird schmexual fetishes that may blow my mind. Bro, I am not going to read the fucking Times of India. I don't. No. I already know what the fetish is going to be coming from there, and I know. No, I'm not going to smear curry around my nipples. No.
And then think how many people were actually interested in this before these sites started pushing it. Other unusual things are also pushed over more vanilla categories and genres.
How about tandoori chicken? Okay, you can bribe me with that.
So over time, the searching and finding dopamine loop push people into seeking out even stranger things as well. And the stranger things get, the longer people have to spend looking for the right video as well, and it all plays into the algorithmic hands. This is the key to the entire business model, and the sites that were most effective at this were the ones that eventually won the competition and were controlled by MindGeek, which we did an entire video on just a month ago. But the picture is clear that these sites need mass appeal and they need massive amounts of time from each user. If they don't get that, then the business model doesn't.
Oh gee, I wonder what that logo could be. Ah man, it kind of looks like the Penguin Club, right? It's Club Penguin. There you go. I knew it. No, it's Club Penguin. Yeah.
Doesn't work nearly as well. The trouble is that no self-respecting brand wants their products anywhere near these sites, so the only companies they can get to pay for advertisements are strange, shady scam companies. For our character though, none of this was on his mind. Instead, he was just looking for something to get a quick dopamine buzz throughout the day. And like all addictions, the process itself becomes the point of it all rather than the outcome itself. No matter how many hours of life was wasted, none of these sensations would ever get close to scratching the same itch that real life would have done. Instead, it just pushed him further away from the pillars of happiness. So as he got older and becomes an adult, he withdraws into himself even more. Even though he never thought about it like this, it was always a choice between safety and risk, between comfort and discomfort.
Comfort and discomfort. I mean, you can always just buy an on a hole, honestly, or a Tanga, and then you can just whatever.
Which meant he
or you can just go to VR-chan and have the Tanga. Hey Samir!
Never made himself vulnerable and risked rejection because he always had a safe alternative to rely on instead.
That doesn't stop the love issue. Love in this economy? What are you talking about? Mr. Byte, how many honor holes do you have?
Instead of finding someone to actually share life with, to have universal experiences with, and to
0? I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Create eventually a family with, he could just turn to his screen. And whilst this guy is a fictional character, these patterns are all too real for millions and even possibly tens of millions of young men growing up today. In fact, almost everyone in Western society is watching this stuff now.
Lads, you guys would never watch adult material, right? Right? Never. You don't even, you are not part of the statistics. You're better than this. You don't even know what corn is. Why would we? Exactly. Right? Nah, never. Bleed the fish? Fish? Fifth? I'm the worst. No. Corn is food. Yes, delicious popcorn. That's true. It's true. It keeps most of the doctors away.
Even before they've hit puberty. In fact, today, Generation Alpha will get into this addiction
Reject
soon.
big corn, sub to Patreon instead. For reasons. Pocata Corpa.
We just hold each other's hands on Patreon. That's all we do. On unfiltered hand holding.
And fall far deeper into the rabbit hole than our main character ever did. With the rise of iPad kids, it's just inevitable that the age they see this content will get pushed further and further back. Which begs the question, where is all of this going? It's a completely recent phenomenon, and it's already completely distorting society as we know it. Everything we see on our algorithms, the things like OnlyFans, and the way this stuff is so widely promoted, will have consequences that we can't even see yet. And it's really criminal how little we actually know about the people behind.
I am not gonna go into those 3 people. I'm sorry. I was considering, but I don't think so.
Behind this tragedy. In our last video about MindGeek and the twisted story of who was really behind their massive operations, it turns out even the leadership structure is a complete mystery. And the thing is, the main guy in that video
Bernard, I'm not gooning to a guy named Bernard. I'm sorry. That ain't doing it for me.
doesn't even own the largest tube site. That dishonor goes to an almost completely unknown company called WGCZ Holding Ltd.
Bro, that sounds like something what you get when your cat walks across your keyboard. Holding.
This Czech shell company has almost no footprint whatsoever.
It's Czech? Oh my god, the Czech are the gooners! Oh
Their
my
only address
god.
on file is a tiny office in Prague.
Lads. But why? Why? Why is it? Why is the Czech? Why?
Above a dry cleaners. Their CEO has almost no information out whatsoever except for one interview that people aren't even sure is real. Meanwhile,
Oh no. He reportedly lived in Manila and around Zurich and then into Prague. We have a gooner in Europe, ladies and gentlemen. We have a gooner.
it's estimated that they pull in hundreds of millions a year from their network of sites. And while it's unlikely you'll be able to change anything about the industry or the people behind it at all, you can at least change how you personally interact with it. As the only way anyone actually quits this habit is if they personally made the choice to stop.
I would rather die than give up gooning forever. I'm sorry, but no. I don't think so. Hey, Anan! Hey, y'all! Oh, nothing. We were just gooning to bears. It's okay. It happens. Why would it? Yeah, like, why would you give it up forever? I feel like that's too much. Like, I understand that you shouldn't be addicted to it. Like, don't do it 10 times a day because your dick will fall off. But I feel like it's not normal if you give it up completely. Like, you're just going to go crazy. That would be just like, I don't know. Wait, one. What? True and real. It keeps your prostate healthy. Oh my god, it keeps my prostate healthy? Ah, let's go. I always wanted to keep my prostate healthy. Hooray! 9 times is the limit. Is it the law now? I'm watching you. If you go across the 10, I'm going to slap your foreskin.